These are 9 of the rarest platinum trophies to ever exist, games in which the trophy requirements are so insane that only the craziest trophy hunters are capable of earning the platinum trophy. So I chose some of the most popular and less popular games to tell you exactly why they are so extremely rare. And let's kick things off with Trove. A huge factor for a platinum rarity is usually time, and with Trove having an estimated time to platinum of around 500 hours, we start to see why it's so rare. But it isn't the only reason, as Trove is a free-to-play MMO where you can build massive Minecraft-like structures or explore underground dungeons. There's classes to level up, gears to upgrade, and many biomes to explore in the procedurally generated massive open world. And with that comes a ton of grindy trophies for leveling up and reaching max power ranks. Now that's already a huge grind, but on top of that there's also the glorious Gladiator trophy, which requires you to win PvP matches. Doing that in a game that is almost 10 years old isn't easy, and because so many people would just try the game simply because it's free, that's also another big reason why it's a 0.25% PSMP rarity and only being earned by just 628 insane people. However, that's just one of the rare games, as there's many more coming up with crazy requirements just like Skyforge, which is another free-to-play MMO that wants to suck you in and take your money. Similar to Trove, there's a ton of leveling up for your prestige level, completing all upgrades, and of course more PvP elements. However, this game is so grindy that nobody has even bothered to make a trophy guide for this game, but it's estimated to take around 300 hours, being mainly down to winning PvP battles and max leveling all the classes. It's not necessarily difficult per se, but such a time commitment to do everything, which is made worse by the fact that there's weekly limited progression caps unless you pay some real world dollars. Combining all these hideous factors makes this platinum a 0.19% PSMP rarity with just 176 freaky platinum achievers. But these trophy requirements aren't anything new for big MMOs, so instead let's go into a bar and take a look at pure pool. You might have played pool if you've ever left the house and gone to a bar for a night out, except this time on your PlayStation you can actually earn a platinum trophy for it. However, it's going to take a huge amount of skill and require over 100 hours to get, because in this pool game you actually need to know how to play pool. I know, crazy right? But knowing cue ball control, spins, or various shots is critical to, for example, getting the trophy to reach a Grandmaster rank, the highest in the game. Yet the career is probably the hardest part for the plat, with an extremely unfair AI to beat, but also an online mode, of course, where you have to win 100 games. And then finishing with a bunch of miscellaneous accolades and trophies to earn, it's a tough platinum that's only been earned by just 125 people with a rarity of 0.22%. But oftentimes whilst playing pool in a bar, you'll have a band playing music in the background, and that's where Rock Band's platinum comes into play. This Rockstar Simulator is a popular game, but notably the Beatles Rock Band and Rock Band 3 are the worst in the series, because the platinum for those games is again extremely rare. With only about 100 people having platinum each, that's down to the trophy requirements being rather complicated. Not only to perform and pull them off, but because first you will need to purchase a specific Rock Band compatible guitar, drum set, microphone, and a keyboard. It makes the game impossible to platinum if you don't have these, but even if you do require them, you'll need to become a literal pro at them to achieve the required expert level trophies, and then a few more insane miscellaneous trophies to top it off. It's pretty wild, but maybe not as impossible as some of the sports games. And then I'm not talking about the FIFA games, because if you thought those would be rare, you're greatly mistaken. No, first of all, the NBA games are straight up nuts. NBA 2K19 has been platinumed by just 16 people. Yes, 16 people from a massively popular franchise that releases every single year. My team and my career are both crazy on the grind, taking upwards of 150 hours to get the platinum trophy. Not only needing the skill, but also speedrun strats, because the NBA game servers, or any sports game really, go offline offline just a year or two after the new one has been released. So there's no putting it off for a while and coming back later for this one, which like I said is the case for a lot of sports games, like the old UFC Undisputed games, NHL, Fight Night, and MLB. Unfortunately, the servers unalive quickly, meaning you have to be super quick to platinum it before it becomes unobtainable. But you know what isn't unobtainable? That's right, clicking the subscribe button, because just a small percentage of you watching are actually subscribed. So if you enjoy these videos, click subscribe and join the small percentage of people that I truly love. Next up is a platinum you won't be quick to platinum either, and that's Elder Scrolls Online, as this massively multiplayer online game takes ridiculously long to platinum. It's got trophies for PvP, crafting, dungeon clearing, and of course the literal skill issue trophy for becoming the #1 player in an alliance war. I've spoken about it in my video on the hardest platinum trophies already, and that's because the difficulty is a big reason why it's so rare. It's an unbelievable grind to perfect everything in the game and become so good at it that you are the literal #1 player during a war. And when looking at the trophy guide, seeing the estimations being a 9 out of 10 and 600 hour platinum, it's very understandable why this has only been earned by just 550 people and has a PSP rarity of just 0.17%. However, at least Elder Scrolls Online has a trophy guide, because that's not the case for Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's another brutal platinum to obtain, needing great skill, crazy determination, with insane persistence to get all of the trophies. It's a hardcore racing sim, meaning that there is no room for error when on the road. And when having to do that in multiplayer against other people in a drift mode, special events, or the brutal career, it's going to take some time and require incredible skill. From endurance racing to completing the entire career path with different racing conditions and having no trophy guide to follow or help you out, it's easy to see why this is such a rare platinum with only 45 platinum achievers and a rarity of just 0.12%. Sure, it might have a glitch trophy here or there, but at least it still seems obtainable, which was thought not to be the case for yet another bar game called Pro Foosball. We've all played foosball sometime somewhere, but the platinum for this game was thought to be impossible. There was just one person who platinumed this bizarre game over the last year, until one person decided to share how they managed to get the platinum over on the PSN Profiles forums through a workaround. It was thought that if you popped a few trophies but then exited the game, that the trophies remaining would then be impossible to pop. However, if you would back up the system storage and restore it through a USB, you could play the game on the latest patch without signing into your PSN, which would miraculously make the platinum obtainable again. The trick was always to do the entire game and platinum in one sitting without closing the game or turning off the console. So yeah, it's an absurd requirement, but actually made the game possible to platinum again. Because for some reason, some people will actually go to extreme measures just to pop a random platinum trophy that's only been earned by just 8 people. And as annoying, glitchy, grindy, tedious, or outright ridiculous some of the previous games' trophy requirements have been, we cannot talk about the rarest platinum trophies without mentioning one of the grindiest games in the existence of platinum trophies. Because if you thought that the finals or Deep Rock Galactic was a grind, then you somehow don't know about Fortnite. The iconic industry-changing battle royale game Fortnite that released in 2017 has always had a huge player base. However, Fortnite wasn't always a battle royale. It actually started as a PvE game focusing on co-op survival with base building mechanics and was first revealed in 2011. And that was for a mode called Save the World. It stayed around even after launching the battle royale and has since become the only way to platinum Fortnite. And with that comes the trophy requirements that aren't particularly easy. Sure, it might have a 3 out of 10 difficulty, but it's estimated that it will take around 1,000 hours to get the platinum trophy. That's insane. And it's because the trophies required are mind-numbingly grindy. First, you need to complete the story, then some side missions and miscellaneous trophies, but the worst part is the destroying, looting, saving, exploring, building, and worst of all, playing mission trophies. These are so insanely over the top that it just makes no sense whatsoever. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again for literally hundreds of hours is nothing other than absurd. There is no good reason to have the trophy requirements be this long, and it's the reason that it is a 0.36% PSP rarity. But because Fortnite is so immensely popular, it equates to almost 1,500 people that don't have a life and have platinumed one of the grindiest platinums in existence. Let me know if you've platinumed any of these games by commenting under the like button below, and if you'd like to know what the hardest platinums are, then check out this video. That's it.